Hello, hello. How is everybody doing? How you guys doing out there? Curtiee-Cool is back in the house once again, doing another live show. Hey, I was thinking about you guys. I just wanted to say hello. Hello to the world. Hello to all my good people out there. I mean, life is beautiful. It's all good in the neighborhood. I mean, how much better could it really be? You know what I mean? With all the chaos in the world today, life is beautiful. Life is always beautiful. It's all about what you make out of it. How y'all doing? First of all, I want to say hello. Hello, hello, hello. 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 From Curtiee-Cool. Yeah. What can I say? I had another beautiful day. And I was like just thinking about you guys. And I said, why not do another live show? Well, I tell you, lately here in H-Town, it's just been so hot, you know? You know what I mean? Been so hot. Wow. I was thinking about that hurricane that passed through the Bahamas. I tell ya, I have been to the Bahamas quite a few times in my lifetime, and it appears that Bahamas got torn up pretty bad. Wow. You just never know what hand you're going to get dished out to, you know what I mean? You just keep on living, you know? I mean, you never know what's going to happen in your life, but you learn how to stay strong and keep moving on. I mean, that was a badass hurricane out in Bahamas. You know that could have been Florida, or it could have been H Town, baby. I mean, we done been through some bad hurricanes, badass tornadoes, badass floodings. I mean, we had it all. It don't matter what state you live in, it's gonna always be some badass natural disaster that's gonna come through your hometown, whether you wanna like it or not. It's always a badass hurricane or a badass earthquake, a badass storm. You know what I mean? Or it's always gonna be something that's gonna happen, you know, in your surroundings. You just keep on living, you know, keep on breathing, okay? And you just learn how to be strong and take the bitter with the sweet, baby. That's the way Curtiee-Cool live, and he will, and he deal. He take the bitter with the sweet and keep moving on. But you never look back at all the negative stuff that's going on in your life. You know what I mean? Sometimes the negativism tries to destroy your life, break you down. And sometimes in this world, it makes you want to question yourself. You know, why? You know, in this day and time, this is a complicated world that we live in. Every single day, you just keep on living, you keep on breathing, and you're going to see all kinds of abnormal things that's going to be happening right around in your neighborhood. You know what I mean? And I really wasn't expecting to see this hurricane hit so bad out in the Bahamas, you know. I didn't know it was gonna be that bad, y'all. I mean, it tore up some stuff out there. It kind of reminds me, you know, when it hit Houston and it hit New Orleans some years ago. Boy, that was a badass. I'm not gonna lie, that was a badass hurricane, baby. But I'm gonna tell you something. I done rode it out through a lot of badass hurricanes. That's the good thing about it, you know when it's coming, you know. When they tell you to prepare if a badass hurricane is coming your way, don't stay in town and say you gonna ride it out, baby. Why would you want to try to ride out a badass hurricane coming your way? You know it's gonna flood out everything, knock out all the power. You're gonna get stuck like Chuck. You know what I mean? If I know a badass hurricane is coming, I'm making sure that I fill my tank up with gas. I'm making sure I got a good tune up on my car and get the hell out of town way before this hurricane hit. It's so many people out here, they know the hurricane is coming, baby. And they turn around and tell you they gonna ride it out. We gonna ride it out. We gonna ride it out. I knew quite a few, people like that. A few hurricanes hit, you know what I mean? And they talking about they gonna ride it out. Hello. They talking about they gonna ride out the hurricane, you know? I remember when a big old hurricane hit. I was living out in Louisiana years ago. That was down in Natchitoches, Louisiana. I don't know if you guys know about that town, little old small country town. You know what I mean? I must have been about 13 years old. All of a sudden, we heard on the news a big old ass hurricane was coming our way. And I kind of asked myself, if the hurricane is coming our way, why are we still staying here? You know? Oh, it's the worst of the worst. I was like, oh Lord, what are we gonna do? We gonna stick it out? My father said we gonna ride out the hurricane. So we prepared ourselves. We were stocked up with food, water. We boarded up the windows, the house, everything. Yeah, that was a badass hurricane out in Florida. Out in the Bahamas. My heart goes out to all those people. When that hurricane hit in Natchitoches, Louisiana, I was like 13 years old. My father would not pack up and get out of town. He said, we are going to ride it out. And let me tell y'all something. It feels like the hurricane picked our house up a few times and dropped it back down. Just water just pouring in through the roof, just all kind of stuff was going on. That was like a nightmare. I couldn't believe our dad got us caught up in a bad ass hurricane. You know what I mean? and then all of a sudden it just hit, like a train, just running all kind of ways into the house, all kind of loud noises, like a train, and all of a sudden it's like it dropped our house, and it just went the other way, just dropped it right back in the same spot. Oh, so everybody was in the closet just praying, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, please, 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 please help us, please help us through this one, please help us through this one, please. Boy, that was a terrible experience. And so we wrote it out. And guess what? The next morning, everybody's house was gone except ours. Now you tell me that wasn't a blessing. I never would forget that. Everybody's house was gone from that hurricane. I was 13 years old, and I never would forget that. Everybody's house was gone. Now, where all the people went, I don't know. Did they get out alive? I don't know. So now I look at this badass hurricane that hit down in the Bahamas. Wow, it brought back a lot of memories, like what happened in New Orleans, Texas, Florida. Wow, I tell you, what a experience. You never know what hand is going to be dealt to you. You know what I mean? So I just thought I'd do this little show here and talk about this stuff. See, that's the, like, that's, I consider that as a good omen from God. When you know that a bad hurricane is coming, Phyllis, you got time enough to pack up and get out of town. It's the thing when you don't know. Say like out in California, you don't know when this big old ass, what they call it, earthquake. I mean, that bad boy can just hit all at once and everything just go down underground. Oh yeah, the first time I was out in California, man, that earthquake scared the hell out of me. For the first time, I'd never been in an earthquake. I mean, the house started rolling back and forth, and felt like the house was sinking down underneath the bottom of the ocean. All you can hear your ear popping, like a train was just rocking the house. I'm like, what the hell? I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was the end of the world. And everybody was screaming and hollering, talking about, everybody run outside, everybody run outside. Shit, I couldn't even stand up. Everybody run outside. Shit, I was falling and shit, crawling, trying to crawl outside. Because that was my first time being in an earthquake. So it just goes to show, it don't matter what country you live in, what state you live in, it's gonna always be, something that's gonna happen, and a natural disaster, and we're going to have to live with it and deal with it. But I prefer to get the warning and be able to pack up and get out of town before it get worse. You know what I mean? So that's why I try so hard to just live a good life, treat people right, do the right thing at all times, because you will never know when something terrible is going to happen in your life. And if you do all that wrong and, hurt so many good people out here, I mean, that stuff, you never know. It could be your last final day. And you never get a chance to tell that person you sorry for all that wrong you did to them. You know what I mean? But I tell you, I don't know how they're gonna rebuild down there in the Bahamas. I know for a fact that U.S. is going to step it up and help a lot of these good people out there. I mean, I think that country is pretty much half of that country is going to have to be rebuilt all over again. A natural fact. It really truly is. My prayers are with you guys. The Bahamas, beautiful country. You know, when I went the last time, years ago when I went, I mean, it was beautiful. I had a great time. And I never thought, you know, the hurricane was going to hit that bad out in the Bahamas. I remember years ago I was out in the Bahamas, you know. My first time, you know, see in my younger years, hello, how y'all doing? How my good people doing? Hello, what's that, Tomiko Wallace. How you guys doing? Y'all doing all right? Curtiee-Cool, back in the house. I hope you guys enjoy my slideshow. Let the slideshow begin once again. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I remember my first time when I went to the Bahamas. Yeah, I was like probably about 20 years old. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. In them days, I had good jobs. I was like a certified top-notch heavy-duty crane operator. You know the big old crane. You see them, you know, the Manitowoc cranes and the big old gantry track cranes, all this stuff that sits up high up over the railroad tracks. And all these different big old cranes that they help build the highways and that kind of thing. Anyway, I had an agency. They said, okay, Curtiee-Cool, we want to send you to the Bahamas. And I never would forget it, you know. We want to send you to the Bahamas for a month to work. I mean, the money is top dollar, top dollar. I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, that would be quite an experience for Curtiee-Cool to go to Bahamas. But they did not tell me I was going to be working 24/7 around the clock. You know, you working 17, 18 hours. You don't really have any time to do anything else but just work, get a few hours of sleep, and right back at it. But anyway, my first week when I got to the Bahamas, I mean, I'm sitting up in this crane, you know. Around about noontime, it was cool. Then all of a sudden, y'all, the heat just shot up to about 120 degrees. I was like, God damn, it's hot out here. I mean, it was so hot in the Bahamas. Man, I damn near got fried in that crane. Feel like I was in a microwave oven. So now I had to deal with the heat, you know, and 120 degrees. It was so hot. So now, my first week, I don't know, I was kind of thinking, I can't handle it. I can't deal with this. Hey, boss man, I can't deal with this. I think I need to reconsider and think about going back to the U.S. Boss man said, no, we really need you. We need you. We can't let you go now. Can you stick it out another 3 more weeks? I said, I'm going to try. So now check this out. Second week, it was scorching hot. So now all of a sudden, you know, I get out the crane. All of a sudden, I kind of look around a little bit. I get a little break. Then I see some big old giant crabs just running across, you know, just coming up out the water. Big old giant crabs, you know. Like, goddamn, what the hell is that? Big old giant crabs. You know, I'm talking about, look like they stood at least, what, about 3 feet? I'm not lying. Was standing up so high. Giant crabs, about 3 feet high, and big old tall legs, man. That looked like monsters, y'all. Y'all call that crabs? I was like, God damn, man, these look like monsters coming out the water here. I'm like, God damn, what kind of world I'm in? Then all of a sudden, I look over here to the right. Then I see them big old ass lizard guanas, you know. I'm like, what the hell? Big old giant ass, a big giant, what they call it, guana, whatever they call them. Big old giant guana, they call them. And they chasing the big old giant crabs. I'm like, what the hell? And then one of the guys had the nerve to say, hey, look, once it cool down, my friend, get late in the evening and the sun go down, my friend, we take you scuba diving, my friend. Scuba diving? Now you can see that water is so clear, you can see sharks swimming all around down in the water. And this guy talking about scuba diving. Man, you got to be kidding. Talking about, my friend, we scuba dive, we go down to the bottom and get what they call it, conch. We get it conch, my friend. Nice, delicate dish. We get it conch. I said, no, man, no, no, Curtiee-Cool not getting no conch, You guys can go down there and get the conch, but Curtiee-Cool is not scuba diving for nobody. You can see sharks swimming all around. And I said, hey guys, did you guys see Jaws, man? Well, it looked like I saw Jaws down there. You talking about scuba diving? So the second week rolls around. I'm still out there putting up with all that 120 degrees heat. Big old giant crabs, big old giant guanas, just all kind of crazy stuff. And so one thing I did like about it, the company had set me up in a nice big old beautiful house, y'all. I mean, just a big old 4-bedroom home, fully furnished. I had maids coming out and just taking care of everything, doing all my cooking, treating me like I'm just a king or something, you know? And I was doing all this stuff at 20 years old. So I put up with it another 3 weeks. And I just finally told her I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stick it out another week, because man, y'all not gonna believe it. You look at my color with what I am now. The third week, I was so black, like the color black. I'm not lying. I was so black, and all you could see was nothing but red eyes. I was so black. So the third week, I told my boss, man, nah, I'm sorry, but I can't deal with this. I really truly feel so blessed. I'm not lying. And I was so black. And so after 3 weeks, I talked the boss man into, hey, y'all get my ticket together and let me go on back to the U.S., man. I can't deal with this, you know. I get back, I arrive in Houston at the airport. All my family, my peoples, just walk right by me. They just walk right by me, you know. Hey, I'm over here. I'm over here. They kept on going the other way, like, you know. I said, I'm over here. Y'all don't see me? Curtiee-Cool, I'm right here. They walked right by me. They said I was so black, I looked like I was just a smut man. I was so black. That heat had cooked me. And it took me some months before my color came back. But it's a beautiful place, you know, the Bahamas. I had a lot of great experience there and a lot of great bad ones.